So one thing that I mentioned was data validation. So another thing that can often happen is that when you are trying to enter something into a data. So for example, this can be a data sheet where name and city is coming, right? So say for example, I can say maybe. So Deepak name is there, Ashish name is there, and Nikhil is there, and who is there? Ayush is there, right? Now, so say you want to enter a city name. So Nikhil say in Ghaziabad, Ayush in Meerut.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Now that is a normal thing, but there can be a case where instead of entering like Kanpur, someone can just put like this, or someone for Ghaziabad can put like this. So all these possibilities are there. So how do you prevent that from happening? So for that, what we use is called data validation rules, right? So normally you will find it here, and so these are the basic things, right? So validation criteria is any value, whole number, decimal, text, time, anything that you can set, and then you can put data between, right? So these kind of validation rules can be there. So custom data between or formula, something like that, and then there can be an input message. So text length. So I can move. So here I am getting less options of data validation. So I will show it on Google Sheets. There we have more options, and maybe the recent versions of Excel will have more of these. But practically, what you are saying is that I can say something like, if I put something like this, 10. So I will just show it to you like here. Suppose it is a age column over here, and over this I want to put some data validation rules. So I can go over here and I can say I just need whole numbers, and I need 20 and say 50, for example, right? So if I am setting these rules and someone will try to enter 100, so it will give you a pop-up, right? That this is restricted. When I will show you Google Sheets, we will have a more elaborate data validation rules over there, and maybe the Excel sheets that you have on your system, maybe they will have more better rules. But this is what is data validation. Okay. One more important thing about Excel is here you see that from access, from web, from text, from other resources, existing connections, etc. So practically what you can actually do is you can import your data from multiple sources in Excel. Okay. So we can even do it from databases. Okay. So workbook, network, computer. So all these things are possible, but this is out of our scope. Normally, we don't use it now that much because most of our services are on cloud, so it is not needed. But definitely, you can connect to a SQL server, analysis services, XML data import. We can do. We can have a data connection wizard in which all these things are possible. So if you have a database server running, you can directly import data into your Excel sheets from a database server. But this I will not show. I will show you something different, right? So from other sources or from text. So I can actually import data into Excel from text files. Okay. So suppose this is my text file, and here I am writing the similar thing, name and city, right? And then I can write the same thing, which was, so actually I removed. So I can write nm1, city 1, nm2, city 2, provided I am able to format the file correctly. For example, this is my file, and what we can do is we can save this file as. So suppose I want to insert this data from that sheet. So what I will do is I will go to this sheet, right, and I will do import. So now this is the menu, what you can see right now. Okay. Uh, right. Now this says this is a text wizard has been determined that your data is delimited. So delimited data is what? Delimited data is that which is in which your data is separated by a certain special character. It can be comma, it can be tab, it can be a pipe, it can be a space. All those things are possible. There is one more way to import data where we are saying that in our data we don't have any specific delimiter or a separator, but we will simply import our data based on a certain width of content. So normally we don't use it. We normally use delimited only. So here we can just remove here and say we comma. So as you can see here, your data has now been separated into separate columns. Because my format was correct, it is easy for me. One more thing you can see here is in this particular cell, I can actually even define the data types of each of the columns. Right now, my both of them are text, so general will work, and I will do finish. It says where you have to import. So no, not here. I want to import, not here, but I want to here. I want to import here, and that's it. So this way your data can be imported from a text file also. Always remember uh, that I had shown you that particular screen in which you are defining the data types. Say I will write a unique ID, for example, right? Now suppose ID here is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, right? Or suppose here the ID is 1, 1, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 13, right? And say ID here is again 0, 1, 0, 1. So suppose this was my data now. I will just save it, right? I will remove this, right? I will do from text. I will again select this file, right? You can see the menu. I will go to next. I will say comma. Now see what will happen if I just finish it like this. You see these numbers. This has been changed to 12. This has been changed to something like this. And even if I expand the sheet, it doesn't matter. Because why? Because these were taken as numbers and Excel has a kind of length that you can support. So that is why this problem was happening. Also, this is kind of a case of a data validation. So let me just remove all that also. Clear validation. So this is a problem that you can face. So how to overcome this problem, right? To overcome this problem, when we are inserting the data, we have to actually go and do a comma. And here I will select this particular cell and make it text. So you see, because I have made this as a text, my Excel sheet is not reading them as numbers. And when it is reading it as a text value, first of all, you can see the alignment. It is on the left hand side. If I am writing a number over here, it is always on the right hand side. Okay, that is one different thing. And also because text can have any value, so it is not deleting these zeros or converting this number into an exponential number. It is showing you number as it is. So whenever you are faced with this problem where your numbers are getting manipulated, one thing you have to be first sure that you have to treat them as numbers, because this is an ID. Okay, on ID you will not do a mathematical operation. There is no sense of adding one ID to other, right? I hope so. Because ID is a unique ID, it has got nothing to do with mathematical operations or any kind of functions. So this is a string only, and because we have specified this as a string, this will do like this. Another very common thing that you will find in the industry is when you are saving an Excel workbook, at times people will ask you to save that sheet as CSV. Okay, so this is called comma separated file. Why do we save it as a comma? Basically a text file. Okay, nothing. It's not a big thing, but it's a text file only. So if I want to save it a text file, why would I do that? One, our Excel is a formatted document, so its size will be higher. There are certain applications in which when you have to import the data, they will not use a Excel file. They will rather want to use a text file. And when you will go here, you will have an option of comma separated values or comma delimited values. This is called a CSV. Don't select any other CSV from here. Simple CSV you will select, and then you can save this file. When you will save it, it will not save other files, right? It will only save this particular sheet. Okay, nothing more. One more thing is, I think you have seen this part or not. So actually I can move this sheet also, right? If I want to make a copy of this sheet, suppose I want to make some changes to this, but I don't want original content to be disturbed, I can simply right click here and I can click on move and copy, and here I can click on create a copy, right? And when I do that, you will see that same sheet is duplicated. If I don't select move or copy, if I just want to move, right? So it says that before which sheet. So I say move to the end. So this sheet will automatically move to the end. So all these operations are possible. Obviously, when these sheets increase, you will have to use these arrows to move between the sheets also. It is possible. Okay. So I think this is for your importing the data and adding the data. One more feature that you will use a lot maybe. So I will write my age. Okay. Say I've written something like name, age, and here I'm writing nm1 space 2034, nm2 space 45, nm3 space 56, nm4 space 67. Suppose you have data like this and you want to put this data into separate columns because this space doesn't make any sense to you. So this is one of the things that is text to columns. Again, it will represent you a similar thing. I will say now we have a space, not a tab, and I will do a next and finish. So the data will be separated into separate columns. This is called text to columns. Again, there's a remove duplicates. So suppose if this is 34, I select this data and I say remove duplicates on the basis of age, right? So the second value that was duplicated, the entire row is removed. These are some predefined functions that are available. Group, subgroup, or you don't use that much, but if you want, you can experiment with it. But other than that, this whole thing is covered.